Good morning, evening, or afternoon, depending on where you are and when you're watching this. So it is Monday, March. My watch. My watch will show me. Or not, because it's got a notification on it. So now look at my March 25th, and the time is 7:25 p.m. And I just came out of Donlands station, just behind me. It's actually kind of nice because this area, last time I was around here, had all this construction and it was all like blocked off. You couldn't even go down that one street. Now it's all cleared up. And Donlands station looks like the renovations are almost nearing completion. But yeah, I should have shot a video in there, but I guess next time. But we are going for a stroll up this way to Donlands Village. And why? I don't know. Because I saw it in, I think it was a Ken Continuum video where he went up and walked through there, and it was really cute. And then I've been up there a couple of times and I thought it was cute. And it's kind of a nice stroll. Let me get that sentence out properly. I don't have to worry too much about bumping into crowds of people, because it's pretty quiet around here. Now this is kind of neat. There's a canoe, Novacraft canoe. Looks like they're doing a bit of gardening there at, oops, wrong way. Wilkinson Public School. Oh, look, this is a Jedi space. Justice, equity, diversity, inclusion. These are really nice signs. It's nice seeing these kind of stuff here. Refugees welcome. Neurodiversity. Now it's quite quiet except for the odd people waiting at the bus stop. So it's actually dusk? Yes, dusk. I always get dusk and dawn mixed up, so dusk. So the sun is already down below the horizon, and we probably only have about like 15-20 more minutes of daylight before things start to go dark and the street lights turn on. Down, leave home. So I think there's more interesting things on the other side of the street going up, but at least from this side, I was thinking at least I can get better shots of them, because I've been thinking of doing a little art project. And that art project, just to get my creative juices flowing, I was thinking of drawing like little kind of cartoon style maps of the area, or of the different areas in Toronto, and also doing drawings of the corner stores that we have here in Toronto, because a lot of them are kind of really unique looking. Like I think I was talking about that in a video I did a couple months ago, how they usually have like the old Coca-Cola and Pepsi signs. So this is one of them. Corner shop, although that all looks a bit newer. Like the store itself looks old, but the signage and whatnot is quite new. Oh, this is cute. One of them little library. If there's anything interesting in there. Oh, there's a Care Bears book and a Clifford one. Wendy Holden, Bad Hair Day. I'll have to remember that because there are a couple of books that I don't want. And I'm kind of weird. I actually probably want the Care Bear book. Like, I'd probably buy it. I'd probably grab it and then put it back in after. Like, keep it for a couple days just to look at the pictures. I used to love Care Bears as a kid. That's a nice house. Man, look how tall that house is. Like, that is main floor, second floor, third floor, and an attic floor. Wow. Like, is it an apartment building? Is it... It's definitely two houses because there's two entrances. It looks like there's other entrances on the side, actually. It looks like it's a group of townhouses. It just, like... It's so cool. It looks kind of out of place from everything else in the neighborhood. But I don't hate it because I would prefer that over, like, a giant condo building. See, I wonder if maybe you'll notice when the streetlights go on. Oh, look at the color down there. That's pretty. It's really pretty. Wow. And it's supposed to be a really nice day tomorrow. So I'm trying to see if I can get my friend Nick to come on a walk with me tomorrow. Told him we'd do the West End if he wanted. We thought the Annex, if we don't get to it tomorrow, maybe we'll do it Wednesday, I don't know, but the Annex, because we both, like, I used to live around there like about 15-20 years ago, and he lived around there about 8 years ago, so I thought it'd be kind of a fun history walk. Anyways, my comment about the lights before I got distracted is I was going to wonder if you guys would notice when the street lights turn on before I do. It used to be a game I played as a kid, because my parents would always say I'd have to come home when the streetlights turn on, and I'd wait for them to turn on, but I would never actually notice when they actually turned on. Like, I think I would just, like, look and be like, oh, they're on now. How long have they been on for? So now we're coming up to Salmon Avenue. It's a really good, like, comic book store. I think it's comic books. I actually haven't been there, but it always looks quite busy. And they usually have a statue of some superhero out front when they're open. Oh, it's like a geodesic dome. It's like a mini trampoline, or is it just like you sit and relax? To be honest, I don't know if I'd find it that relaxing sitting in front of a really busy street like this. Maybe in the backyard would be nice. I didn't realize how uphill this all is. You can kind of see in the distance. I don't know if this camera do a good job at showing you uphill and downhill. There's the glowing, burning visual of the sunset. commenting on this actually with my roommate because we drove by here about a week ago or so, and look at all these houses. So if you look at them, they all kind of look like barns, especially when you compare them to the houses across the street, where each house kind of looks like slightly different, although I guess those 3 triangular bungalows look like. But this whole section, they all look like barns. And my roommate, his theory is that these are houses that maybe 100 years ago or so, they were the catalog houses you could order from Sears, that they would just show up and put them together. But I don't know. I don't remember if those houses look like barns. I'm sure it's just the early subdivision and they got lazy and all the houses end up looking alike. And I was also commenting on this dry cleaners here and how I love the signage. There are 4 Seasons cleaners. Like, look at that. It's so classic. That kind of red glowing neon. And now look at those barn houses. Now we can cross. Like, it's very clean looking, like it's definitely been well taken care of, the building and the signs. But I do wonder if it looks like what it did when it first opened. I don't actually know much history about that place. I just was commenting on it. It's another reason why I wanted to come up this way. And then look at that farm over there of like cell phone towers, like right there. Ooh, I think we're finally almost to the top of the hill. Honestly, my legs needed that workout. I think the Donlands bus isn't really that frequent, because I think this is the, correct me if I'm wrong if you've been paying attention to the video, but I think this is the first time the bus has passed, and we've been recording for almost about 15 minutes now. So this is what we're coming up to, is one of the old school variety stores that I was talking about. This one doesn't necessarily have the classic Toronto look that I was thinking of. I mean, it kind of does. And the store owner is probably wondering what I'm pointing at. She's looking right out the window. But so like something like over there, like that's one of the newer signs. Let me zoom in on it. Like you can see the Trident. I say newer, I mean this is probably from like the late 90s, when I guess Trident was making the sign. They're putting their logo all over it. But even the older ones have like, they're like from Pepsi and Coca-Cola, I think. And those are probably from like way before my time, like probably from like the 60s. And not many of them still exist. Like a lot of those signs have gotten taken down. And I don't recall if there's any coming up this way or not. So this is Holy Cross Catholic School. Over there. Whoops. And it is super windy right now, so I apologize if the wind is banging around. So you can see what people are watching on their TV. It must be kind of a nice corner unit like that to just have like a wraparound window. And you're probably very warm in the summer months when the sun is rising, because it rises from over there. So you probably want blinds in the morning, unless you want your living room to become a sauna. Got a lot windier than I expected it. So I think we're coming up to Mortimer, right? No, Cosburn. Mortimer we passed a while ago. Holy Cross Church. For those of you who aren't from Toronto and watching this, we did have a really big snowfall on Friday. Yeah, Friday. So today's Monday, so 3 days ago. And we got, I think, 15 to 20 centimeters, like a lot. See, there's some of the remnants there. And it was our biggest snowfall of the season. But literally by Saturday afternoon, 80% of it melted, which I'm fine with. Snow is really pretty when it's falling and it's nice. And to be honest, it actually, there's a cool old restaurant, the Ritz. Somebody was telling me about that restaurant not long ago. Now I can't even remember. Oh, in the street, Gamble Avenue. So interestingly enough, so this street here, Gamble Avenue, I used to live on that street in my teenage years. Just after my parents got divorced, my mom and I lived in an apartment building by Broadview in Gamble. But yeah, that's probably for another walk. Glad to talk about that some other day. But yeah, just reminiscing. So anyways, that snowfall that we had, it was really nice because I went for a walk out in it Friday evening. I was out over in Koreatown, over on the West End, and it's so crazy because it's like, I'm walking on one of the busiest streets in the world, Bloor Street, and it's just so quiet, like, because of the snow, even though there was traffic, but it's just so nice how the snow just dampens all the sound. But I think that might have been our last snowfall of the season. I think that's probably it, and we didn't really have a lot of snow this year. In fact, it was a really, for me especially, a really depressing year. Like from probably the beginning of November until probably March, like, yeah, even most of February, like every day was gray. We had like 2 snowfalls, maybe 2 biggish ones that weren't even that big. Otherwise gray, no sun at all. Like if we had sun, it would be like for an hour, and then it'd just be gray. It really gave me some hardcore bad seasonal depression, you know, so it wasn't good. This is another convenience store, but this isn't really the style I'm thinking of. Although I would do a drawing of this too. This is kind of cool looking. I like how it's like on a really curvy building. And then we have Henry's Milk over there. Is the milk from Henry's? We'll never know. It'll be a mystery. The Thrifty Chef. Gosh, I love antique shops. The little butler there is kind of creepy. Captain John, Donlands Fish and Chips. So this is Donlands Village. This is just a group of some really old shops and the Donlands Diner. I do kind of want to go to that antique store when it's open. The problem with antique stores in Toronto is that they only seem to open when they want to open. And like one of them over at Broadview even says, it's like, it literally says we're open when we want to open. Like it doesn't have hours. This barber shop. It's like an old theater. A furniture store. Nice thing about them being closed is I can go up to the window and peek in a bit and not have the owner glare at me. So this bakery, I went here a couple months ago and it's just like, I think it's like a Greek bakery. But I really loved it. Like it was really actually cheap. I got like a box of like little baked pastries. And I think it basically came out to like each little tiny thing was like $1 or so. It's really worth it because they make them all there. And this is the Donlands Diner. Oh, one of these old school community pharmacies with like the prescription counter in the back. I don't know if it's gonna focus. What's funny is like I obviously can't smell the place now, but like in my memory I can smell the smell of what those pharmacies smelled like. Amazing and unique sauce. Oh, it's a butcher shop. And then the closing paint and color store. Ooh, 99-cent wings. I don't want to peek in too much. I was trying to figure out which way I wanted to go from here. I was going to go that way towards Pape. I'm going to go this way towards Coxwell. there's Egg Smart. I went there once, roughly about a year ago when my parents were in town. We went to that location. So Egg Smart's a chain. And it's a relatively decent breakfast chain, I'll have to say. Like, the quality is pretty consistent. You get what you're gonna order. Or you order, you're gonna get, what you order is what you get. There we go. Oh, someone has a psychic storefront in the front of their house. It's like they sold their Christmas decorations up, though. Whew, cold. My hands. Oh, look, into the TV. You can watch someone watch the TV show. Although the TV's mounted very high. I didn't think that would hurt my neck if the TV was that high. Ooh, maybe I should have gone to Pape Village, although my hands are starting to get really, really cold. And it's getting quite dark now. The sun is pretty much almost gone. So I think when we get to those lights there, which I think it's Greenwood, I'm not sure. Oh no, that's actually the turnoff for the Don Valley Parkway. That's why there's a lineup of cars. So, I don't know what's happening here.
Any light there, sir?
No, sorry. Don't have a lighter. I don't smoke. Although a friend of mine was saying recently that it's always handy to carry a lighter on you. Maybe, but I'm the kind of idiot that would walk into like a place that security would pat you down and then you'd have a lighter on you, like at the airport or something dumb. So the less things I have on me, the better. So yeah, if you're wondering why all these cars are lining up, they're lining up to go, ooh, a police car, onto the Don Valley, which is the highway, which is down that road there. I'd walk to Coxwell Station, but and home from there. But I think I'll just go to Greenwood because my hands are freezing. It's the problem with still being in these kind of like early spring, late winter months is that as soon as the sun disappears, everything gets cold. So that like electric place, the electrician contractors. Thank you for booping your horn so loud. They've been there forever. Like they've been there ever since I was a kid. So this I believe is Greenwood. Yes. And there goes that police officer. I think I came up here on a walk one time. I think it was on one of the Christmas lights walks. I think I only did one Christmas light walk, so the Christmas lights walk that I did back in November. I think I came up around here. Maybe not this far up Greenwood, but I can see some lights twinkling. Some people still have their lights on. The street is a lot more quieter than Donlands. Jeez, my hands are starting to get really chilly now. There's some really pretty houses. Like, I'd love to live in a place with these gigantic bay windows. I feel like I would just like sit by the bay windows all day, especially during like a nice snowfall or a nice rainy day. I think it was up here I came. These houses all look newer. There's the nice lights on the stairs. So I think that's Cosburn, right? Yeah. So I think there's a convenience store there. It's crazy because I think last summer I was walking around like the west side of the city in one of the neighborhoods, and you know, growing up on this end, I sort of used to like the many convenience stores almost at every corner, even in the more residential streets. And there, they just didn't have that many. Although this day and age, a lot of them have closed. Like, especially in my old area, the corner store I used to go to is now a pizza joint, which isn't a bad thing. But then the second closest convenience store closed permanently, and it's just like empty. So if I still lived in that old house from when I was a kid, I guess I'd have to walk to Loblaws to get milk. Like there wasn't really anything closer. Mind you, I used to walk to Loblaws all the time anyways as a kid because I go to Jumbo Video and rent video games. My parents would hand me a $5 bill and their membership card and just say, go to town. Just leave us alone for a few hours. Such a product of its time, I guess. Now when parents want their alone time, they just put Netflix on for the kids. No, I guess no convenience store here. I guess it's just a church. I'm even thinking of another street. A church with a lot of terrible plastic, sun-faded, creepy toys, kids' toys, and the random geodesic dome again. Why are these geodesic domes? What is up with those? Oh yeah, Greenwood does a weird pivot turn here. So it's actually good I'm doing these walking videos. I'm trying to do them more regularly now, just as a way to get me out, because my leg strength has been really bad. I had to stay off my foot for like 2 months because I had surgery done, and like my leg strength is all borked. So even now it's hard to tell, but I'm like limping on my one leg. I wasn't limping at first, but then the more I walk, the more weak my left leg feels. Like that was brutal, and that's like also my Apple Watch started telling me too when I started like going out for little walks again, that I have very poor cardio health. So I told my doctor about that, and he's like, yeah, you just need to like walk more and eat more fruits and vegetables, like get in at least 30 minutes of cardio a day, like just regular walking cardio. It doesn't have to be intense cardio. And then the problem is the weather gets too cold and I can't, and I'm inside the house again for like days, and then my cardio health gets bad again. So here's to warmer days and better cardio health for Eddie. Yeah, it's pretty scary when your Apple Watch says you have low cardio health. Even so, it gave me this thing saying that my resting heart rate has gone up by, my average resting heart rate for the last 3 months has gone up by 15. It's really scary to hear that, and I think I just need to do some more meditation, stuff like that. So if anyone out there is listening, not sure there's many of you, but if you know of any good just sort of meditation type videos that I can just like put my headphones on and zone out to, and maybe they have like meditation instructions, please like send them my way. I would be forever grateful, especially if it ones that kind of help like lower your anxiety and your heart rate, your resting heart rate, things like that. Like my doctor did say I should try some more relaxation and meditation. I actually haven't been on a vacation in a while, like a proper vacation, because I think I always just have low-key anxiety from work mode and always being in work mode. This is Memorial Park.
I was considering the strawberry chocolate.
See sunset. It's funny because it actually looks brighter on my little screen than it does in person. The screen does a really good job at brightening the view up, but I guess this is the Osmo 3, so like it has a really, really good low light sensor, unlike the last Osmo Pockets. So I think those lights come up. I think that's Mortimer. And that's likely where the convenience store is that I'm thinking of. Which I'm really happy. We actually got a lot of convenience stores in the footage today during this walk. Oh, that living room. It's so nice. They have like a bookcase in the back. I just didn't want to zoom in and invade someone's personal space. It's really cozy looking. I really have a thing for like, I mean, we all do. We all love cozy, lived-in looking spaces. And living in the house where I'm not, it doesn't feel very lived in. Like it just feels like random bits of like furniture that don't match or feel like they're part of the space. So I'm always thinking about like when I go get my own place, how it's going to be looking cozy within the first week that I move in. I'm going to go all out and theme it. And I'm super excited about that. Not sure when that's going to happen because I was talking about this in one of my ASMR videos, but rental prices unfortunately don't match median income prices in Toronto. So it's why most people end up having to have roommates anyways here. Like even a tiny bachelor apartment is going to take up more than 65% of my take-home income, which is really weird to me because it's supposed to be 33% of your take-home income. Like on average, I say 1/3. So it's kind of a conundrum. I know that's the word, but oh gosh, they smoked a lot of weed. I just walked by and it just smelled like pot. So it's kind of a problem, right? And the funny thing is I went into the Ask Toronto subreddit and was just like inquiring like how much of people's income in this day and age goes towards the rent, and that seems to be right. It seems to be 60 to 70%. of their take-home income goes to rent. That blows my mind, especially when grocery prices are so high. Like, I'd be living in complete poverty again. Like, not only would I be living in poverty, but I'd be like working full-time and still be in poverty. Like, it's such a joke. I just don't know how people do it. Like, you know, I'm lucky my rent is very affordable right now, but I'm not super thrilled about the area I'm in and whatnot. And I can't seem to make that space my own. Like, I've tried many times, tried to make my bedroom my own, and like nothing works. Like, I still feel like I'm not home, you know? So, I don't know. That guy looked kind of familiar, but I don't think I know him now. Oh, I forgot the convenience store. No, the convenience store's there. But it's not the one I was thinking of. Grr. Maybe it's at Salmon Avenue. But yeah, it's a depressing thought that we live in a age where property owners, especially ones that are renting out, are quite rich and only getting richer, and the rest of us are just slowly getting poorer. Like, there's like a really clear line and gap, and you're either on one side or you're on the other. Like, there's not much of an in-between comfortable area. So it sucks. Sorry if that took a depressing turn there. This is what I get for rambling on my own. See, this is why I need to get 1,000 subscribers and start live streaming, so we can talk about different sobering thoughts. Yes, so this is the convenience store, which I might go in and grab a chocolate milk or something, because I'm really cold and I want to warm up and my hands are frozen. And then I'm gonna head to the subway station and go home. I don't know if it'd be kind of fun to live above a store like that. Like, those people over there or here. Although I feel like the owners of the store likely live above it. Although there's an entrance there, and then there's another entrance here. So this unfortunately doesn't have the old school sign that I was thinking it might have, but it's still cool nonetheless. Yeah. So, thank you for joining me from the comfort of your bed, bathtub, toilet, desk, subway platform, wherever you're watching this. Well, it's not too windy, you can actually hear me. My hair is going up. Why did I cross? I was going to go in the store. Okay, I'm going to go back and go into the store. But thank you for joining me. It was fun as always. I look forward to the day that I finally hit 1,000 subscribers, which might be in 5 to 10 years from now, and I can get to do this live with you. But until next time, take care and have fun. Bye.